These Pizza Hut items made millions and then suddenly vanished. Some of them were so popular they had lines out the door. Others were so crazy they made national news. But one day, they were just gone. Pulled from the menu without warning. And people are still asking why. Let's talk about 6 Pizza Hut creations that defined an era and then disappeared forever. This was one of the most insane pizzas Pizza Hut ever made. The Bigfoot pizza? Picture this. A rectangular pizza, 2 feet long, cut into 12 massive slices. This thing was enormous, absolutely massive. It launched in 1993, and the concept was simple. Feed a party, feed a family, feed an entire group of hungry people with one pizza. You didn't need 2 or 3 pizzas anymore. You needed one Bigfoot. The box itself was unforgettable, 2 feet long. You couldn't fit it in a normal car trunk easily. People remember carrying these things like they were moving furniture. It became part of the experience, part of the legend. The marketing was brilliant. Pizza Hut leaned into the size. Commercials showed people struggling to carry it, friends gathering around it in awe. It wasn't just food, it was an event, and people loved it. College students ordered it for dorm parties. Families ordered it for game nights. Sports teams ordered it after practice. It was affordable for how much pizza you got, around $10 or $12 for something that could feed 6 to 8 people easily. During the mid-90s, Bigfoot was everywhere. It was Pizza Hut's answer to the question nobody asked, but everyone wanted answered. How big can you make a pizza? But by the late 90s, it started disappearing from menus. Quietly at first, some locations stopped offering it, then more. By the early 2000s, it was mostly gone. Why? A few reasons. First, the box was expensive. Custom size, special production. That added cost. Second, it was operationally difficult. Not every Pizza Hut kitchen could handle making something that large efficiently during rush hours. Third, portion sizes were shifting. People were becoming more health conscious. A 2-foot pizza felt excessive. But here's the thing. People never stopped loving it. To this day, Reddit threads pop up asking if anyone remembers Bigfoot. Facebook groups dedicated to 90s nostalgia always mention it. Some people claim it was the best value Pizza Hut ever offered. The Bigfoot wasn't just a pizza, it was a statement. And when it disappeared, something felt lost. People still talk about this one. The original P-Zone. Launched in 2002, this wasn't a pizza. It was a calzone, but Pizza Hut made it their own. They stuffed it with toppings, sealed it up, baked it until it was golden and crispy on the outside. It came in varieties: meaty, pepperoni, classic. Each one was packed with cheese, sauce, and fillings. You'd bite into it and cheese would stretch out in long strings. The crust was perfectly crispy. The inside was hot and gooey. The genius of the P-Zone was portability. You could eat it with your hands. No plate needed, no mess. It was pizza you could take anywhere. Perfect for people on the go, perfect for lunch, perfect for eating in your car. And it caught on fast. People loved the novelty. It felt different from regular pizza. More substantial, more filling. You'd order one P-Zone and feel satisfied in a way a couple slices of pizza didn't quite deliver. Pizza Hut marketed it heavily. Commercials, in-store promotions, celebrity endorsements. For a while, the P-Zone was everywhere. It became a signature item, something Pizza Hut was known for. But then something changed. By the late 2000s, the original P-Zone started disappearing. Pizza Hut brought it back a few times over the years. Limited runs, different versions. But it was never quite the same as the original. Why did it go away? Cost was a factor. P-Zones required more prep work than regular pizzas. More labor, more ingredients. And when sales started to level off, the chain decided to focus on traditional pizzas again. Some people say the newer versions don't compare. The crust isn't as good. The filling isn't as generous. The original P-Zone from 2002 to 2005. That was peak. That was the one people still miss. When online polls ask what discontinued fast food item people want back, the original P-Zone always shows up. Always. Because when it was good, it was really good. This item made headlines when it launched. The hot dog stuffed crust pizza. Yes, you read that right. Pizza Hut took hot dogs, cut them into pieces, stuffed them into the crust of a pizza, then baked it. It launched in 2015, but not in the United States. It started in the UK, then other international markets, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and people went crazy for it. The concept sounds bizarre. Who asked for hot dogs in their pizza crust? But when you think about it, it makes sense. People love stuffed crust. People love hot dogs. Why not combine them? The execution was actually pretty solid. The hot dog pieces were wrapped in the dough. When you pulled a slice away, you got this little hot dog bite at the end of every piece. Some versions came with mustard dipping sauce. It leaned fully into the absurdity. Social media exploded when it launched. Food bloggers reviewed it. People posted photos. It became a viral sensation. Not because it was gourmet, but because it was weird and fun. Americans watched jealously as other countries got to try it. People in the US begged Pizza Hut to bring it here. Petitions were created, social media campaigns launched, but it never came to America. Not officially. Why? A few theories. First, the American market might have been too skeptical. What works in the UK doesn't always work in the US. Second, operational challenges. Adding hot dogs to the supply chain and kitchen process is complicated. Third, the novelty might not have had staying power. By 2016, it started disappearing from international menus too. It had its moment, its viral fame, but it couldn't sustain long-term sales. Some people who tried it say it was better than it had any right to be. Others say it was exactly as weird as it sounds, but everyone agrees on one thing. It was memorable. And in fast food, memorable matters. Even today, people talk about it. Wonder why it never came to the States. Wonder if it would succeed now in the age of TikTok food trends. Maybe it was ahead of its time. Or maybe it was perfectly timed for its moment and nothing more. Either way, the hot dog stuffed crust pizza is a legend in Pizza Hut history. This one sounds fake, but it was real. The triple-decker pizza. Imagine 3 layers of pizza, stacked with toppings between each layer, like a pizza lasagna. That's what Pizza Hut created in the mid-90s. The bottom layer was pizza, then a layer of toppings and cheese, then another pizza layer, more toppings and cheese, then a third pizza layer on top. It was insane, absolutely insane. When you cut into it, you could see all 3 layers. It looked like a pizza layer cake. Each bite had multiple levels of crust, cheese, sauce, and toppings. It was excessive in the best way. Pizza Hut didn't market this one as heavily as some other products. It was more of a regional test item, available in certain markets for a limited time. But people who had it remember it vividly. The problem with the triple-decker was obvious. It was too much, too filling, too heavy. Most people couldn't finish more than a slice or two. And at fast food prices, that's a problem. If customers can't finish what they ordered, they won't order it again. It was also difficult to make. 3 layers meant 3 times the work, 3 times the dough, 3 times the baking precision. During busy hours, it slowed everything down. So after a brief run in the mid-90s, it disappeared, quietly, without much fanfare. But food historians and pizza enthusiasts still talk about it. It represents a time when Pizza Hut was willing to experiment, willing to try something absolutely ridiculous just to see if it worked. Would it work today? Probably not. But that doesn't stop people from wishing they could try it, just once, just to see what 3 layers of pizza really tastes like. The triple-decker pizza was peak 90s excess, and we're probably never getting it back. People barely remember this one, but it was clever. The Insider Pizza. Launched in the early 2000s, this was Pizza Hut's answer to stuffed crust without actually being stuffed crust. Instead of stuffing the crust, they tucked the toppings inside the pizza itself. Here's how it worked. They'd put the toppings on the dough, then fold the edges inward, then put more dough on top. so the toppings were sealed inside 2 layers of crust. When you bit into it, you'd get crust, then a burst of toppings, then more crust. It was marketed as a neater, cleaner way to eat pizza. No toppings falling off, no grease dripping, everything contained. The insider pizza had potential. It solved a real problem. Pizza can be messy. This wasn't. And for people eating on the go or in their cars, that mattered, but it never caught on. The way Pizza Hut hoped. A few reasons. First, it looked weird. It didn't look like traditional pizza, and people are visual eaters. If it doesn't look like pizza, they're skeptical. Second, the toppings to crust ratio felt off. Too much bread, not enough filling. Third, it was more expensive than regular pizza because of the extra dough and labor. By the mid-2000s, it quietly disappeared from most menus. Some locations kept it longer than others, but eventually it was gone everywhere. The insider pizza represents an interesting moment in pizza innovation. It tried to solve a problem. It had a unique concept, but sometimes people just want traditional pizza. They don't want it reimagined or reinvented. They want what they know. Still, there's a small group of people online who remember it fondly, who say it was underrated. Those who wish they could have it one more time. Maybe it was ahead of its time, or maybe it was exactly what it appeared to be. A clever idea that didn't quite work. This was Pizza Hut's biggest hit of the 2000s, the Cheesy Bites pizza. Launched in 2005, this pizza took stuffed crust to the next level. Instead of one continuous ring of cheese in the crust, they separated it into individual pockets. Little pull-apart bites of cheese-filled dough all around the edge. It was genius. You'd pull off a cheesy bite, dip it in marinara sauce, pop it in your mouth, then pull off another and another. The pizza itself became interactive, fun, social. The marketing was massive. Pizza Hut partnered with Jessica Simpson for commercials. These ads showed her pulling off the cheesy bites while a catchy jingle played. The campaign worked. People loved it. The Cheesy Bites pizza became a sensation. Sales skyrocketed. It was everywhere. Birthday parties, family dinners, game nights. It became the default order for people who wanted something special. For a few years, it dominated. It was Pizza Hut's answer to competitors trying to innovate with crust. Nobody else had anything like it. It was uniquely Pizza Hut. But by the late 2000s, it started appearing less frequently on menus. It became a limited time offer instead of a permanent item. Then it would disappear for months. Why? Cost and labor. Those individual cheesy bites required precision. Each one had to be filled and sealed separately. During rush hours, it slowed production significantly, and the cheese filling was expensive. Pizza Hut has brought back versions of the Cheesy Bites pizza over the years, but longtime fans say it's not the same. The crust is different. The cheese isn't as generous. The original from 2005 to 2008, that was the peak. Online forums and social media groups dedicated to discontinued fast food always mention this one. People share memories of ordering it, of fighting over who got the last cheesy bite, of dipping them in sauce until they were gone. The Cheesy Bites pizza wasn't just a menu item, it was an experience. And when it became harder to find, people noticed. They cared. They missed it. Some say if it came back today, permanently and done right, it would go viral all over again. 6 pieces of Pizza Hut history that vanished. The Bigfoot pizza that could feed a party. The original P-Zone that redefined portable pizza. The hot dog stuffed crust that went viral overseas. The triple-decker was too ambitious for its own good. The insider pizza that tried to solve a problem nobody asked about. And the Cheesy Bites pizza that became a legend. Fast food is always changing. Menus evolve. Trends come and go. Items that seem permanent one day are gone the next. And sometimes, the things people love the most are the first to disappear. But here's the thing about nostalgia. It's powerful. These items live on in memories, in stories people tell, in Reddit threads and Facebook groups and YouTube comment sections. In the collective consciousness of a generation that grew up with them, which one would you bring back?